Well, here we go, guys and girls. Semi-final number 2, Black Dragons, the 2018 CFS champions, up against Super Valiant Gaming, the last hope here from China.
Well, there you have it. Thanks, Ben. And we're off and away on Black Widow, a map that may just favour Super Valiant ever so slightly. Kyle, you're predicting a Chinese upset on this one?
I think they should be able to take this, especially now as we see they're starting on the blacklist side, which tends to be SV's stronger side, and also a map that favors the attacking side. So I think they do have the advantage on their side for this map to be able to win it, but they still have to have the executions and the shots to make this one a reality here. The former world champions, no joke to go up against here. Gokun on the but surprisingly, Vienna going to be starting on it as well here. So 2 snipers on the field for Black Dragons to kick us off here on Black Widow. But SV already prepping very heavily for a B execution here.
Yeah, well, 1:37 left on the clock, and the execute will come in 5-on-5. They clear out the box hall, and they spot out ADRF through the smoke, and that is it. That is part and parcel with the fake, and they're going to fall on back. They did cause an instant rotate out of Black Dragons. It'll be interesting to see if they fall for this. We saw this before where Super Valiant will show a bit of an attack towards the B side, and then N9 is ready and willing for anyone that is going to come through middle through double doors. And then eventually Super Valiant will head back towards the B site. But at this point, you can see Black Dragons are very well equipped to set up for this B site attack. You've got ADRF at the door, but obviously Pankata and Notson just playing sneaky at the back of the site, ready to react and pounce after all those flash grenades have gone off, and hopefully catch SV while they have to check those 90-degree angles. They've waited out pretty long, though, so the clock will wind down ever so slightly. And nothing will change from Black Dragons. Here comes the execute. The smoke will come through.
Notson in position to play the bait and switch here. ADRF, though, will be completely smoked off. Notson has to do this bait and switch tactic perfectly in order to set up Pankata for success. N9, though, storms in with Emzen. They clear it completely. 5-on-3 already clearing this side out. It's going to be Gokun, Vienna, and ADRF that have to try and pick this one back off, but it's not going to happen. WQ finds one. Gokun and Vienna, both snipers in hand for the retake.
Now, we saw a double sniper on the defense work out perfectly for Black Dragons before, but you can see this is actually the detriment of having this setup. It's incredibly hard to retake, and particularly coming through this window that'll be crossfired down by none other than Emzen and N9, and that'll be the first round going to the crowd favorite, Super Valiant. You can just see with every kill, the crowd will be celebrating and spurring on their countrymen to bring home the crown that was once rightfully theirs without question. And since last year has been disputed by the Brazilians and almost the Russians as well. And now we're back. We're back in a position where we can put the sword to Black Dragons and say no more of that. This is China's flag. This is China's tournament. Instead, look at this already. Super Valiant have that full long control. Gokun just sitting back waiting. And that's very quick and very fast for Super Valiant. The pace setting that perfectly. And Black Dragons, though, they're happy to let that happen. Sitting back in their side with the 2-3 split. You do have Pankata very far pushed up on short, leaving him in a bit of a no man's land. But instead, Vienna, again, on that sniper. Emzen, wow, that was very important and a crowd favorite as well. Gokun will fall, and it's very important for me, being Gokun's first world championship, you know, that he gets off to a good start, because the pressure will only mount further the worse he plays.
Definitely will, and Gokun not having that advantage like some of the players on Vincent and playing in that Brazilian Invitational. So for him, this is really his first time on the big stage to really prove himself as a valuable asset to this team. So Vienna, we'll see if he can take the helm, at least in this round, on that to potentially take down Emzen here, get that counter pick, and keep things a bit evened up. But Pankata, he's actually swung into position here on A ramp, looking for that pick out towards A long. very aggressively peeking through the edge of the smoke. He has to be careful, though. 4 SV players waiting, and Pankata, he's immediately taken down as Emzen finds yet another.
Yeah, this slow style by Super Valiant is paying dividends as they're able to get 2 easy picks here for Emzen. The retake coming in from Black Dragon unnecessarily, but Viana will find 2 of his own. This is superb work from the captain, who's going to lead Black Dragons back into this game 1 frag at a time. And now ADRF on the flank with 2 perfect kills. Emzen will take down the main man, Viana, in a 1-on-2. If anyone can do it with 20 seconds left, it is Emzen. Notson not too far away. And ADRF sitting in the site patiently will now fall back to a safer position. 12 seconds now. They're both playing the clock perfectly. And that's a first round on the board for Black Dragons after what was, well, it was a pretty tough one to start with, but they brought it back.
SV, you have to wonder how they let that one slip, though. 2 opening frags for Emzen, the 3-on-5 advantage, and somehow they still aren't able to close out the round in their favor. And at this level of competition, you cannot afford to make those kind of mistakes. This time it is going to be SV favoring that B-bomb site take once again. We saw them in the first round have a lot of success on that full execution over towards B, so we'll see if they can do it once again here. Black Dragons, though, still keeping 2 OMs on the field. Very interesting decision, considering they've had 1 picked off every round so far.
I think that really worked out well for them last round, though, because they killed Gokun and they thought, oh, Emzen's got a free reign now with the sniper. And then Viana just takes down 2 quickly in concession. So I think that was actually a blessing in disguise for Black Dragons. One that Super Valiant won't be caught off guard by again. The fake comes out towards B. Emzen unable to pick up anything there, but ADRF happy to play with fire. Continually just re-peeking there through the doors. And we do have the rest of Super Valiant spread out across the map, as we know they like to do. They like to wear the time down on Black Widow. The counter flash coming in just to upset anything that Super Valiant were planning. But that'll also give away Pankata's position. But interestingly, Emzen has snuck in quite far. You don't want to take this long-range duel against the sniper from China. The double grenade towards the back of the site, that'll hurt Pankata a little bit.
SV now forcing their way in, but it's not going to matter. ADRF and Notson both getting double kills on the entry. Dabaku left alone, can't make it happen. And that's going to be a big shutdown coming out from Black Dragons, and you can see the emotion on them. Very excited about that one.
Yeah, very important for these guys in that booth to keep their spirits high and to get very confident, because the crowd is not going to give them an inch. Every time one of the Chinese die, it's dead silent in here. If they do not frag up hard, then there will not be any crowd in anywhere. You're not going to hear anything. They're going to be very silent, and that's going to be upsetting for Super Valiant. Because Super Valiant, we know they like to play off the crowd. We've seen N9, Emzen, Double Q. I mean, Double Q himself, and for me as well, I'm noticing there's a lot of signs in the crowd for me.
Fortunately, he's not having the best of games just yet. We'll see if he can turn it around here. Emzen, though, probably having one of the better starts of his team. We'll see if he can get this pick over towards short, working their way up on towards the A-bomb site. N9 in for the support as well, but Gokun going to be holding the cross here. See if he can get a pick on the catwalk. N9, though, ready and eager to take this one head on. He's going to have his A game, though, to take this. Gokun, though, misses the shot. Unfortunate mistakes coming out from Black Dragons, but they still have Viana on the back of the train to hold on. Finds himself a pick here and stalls the push. The rotation comes through from ADRF as well, taking down one. Finally, Notson going to be taken out to get the trade frag for SV, but it's still a 4v3. ADRF, though, he finds another, just hunting these kills one by one on his own. Emzen is going to be able to take down Viana, but it doesn't matter. ADRF, somehow with 5 HP, has found 3 kills in this round, and Emzen's alone with 2 HP.
Well, it's a 1-on-3 for Emzen. It's almost looking impossible, but the main man, Emzen, he's been doing all of the work for Super Valiant. Everyone else being relatively quiet so far. And this is going to be the 3rd round for Black Dragons. You can almost guarantee it. Pankata spots out Emzen, but tries to get away. Instead, Emzen runs to his death. And that's going to be, like I said, a 3-1 lead now for Black Dragons. And that's a great start so far. Super Valiant, though, they're sticking to their guns. They're going to continue to head towards B, throw these 3 grenades into the box halls just to give away their presence and prevent Black Dragons going aggressive. Instead, Notson and ADRF have pushed on through. And, you know, they've given away their presence there, but they do have that map control. They're going to rotate away through to middle. They know the Super Valiant's tendencies from obviously watching their previous games. Super Valiant are going to stack up towards long. And this is typically where you would have a sniper posted, and one such as successful as Goken, you would think he'd be playing a little bit more aggressive, but he's been sitting far back so far. And here comes Super Valiant with a 5-man pack. This can be very hard to deal with.
Goken ready and waiting, gets taken down immediately though by N9, and now it's all about the response, but N9 continues to shut things down, finds himself a second frag, and the bomb will go down uncontested. Now a 3-on-5 retake for Black Dragons. No arms on the field, but Knotson and Penkata already hunting, but Emzen will immediately find one, looking for another here. Penkata very scared to peek after that initial shot from Emzen.
Well, 20 seconds left on the clock. He's going to have to do something here, Kyle. Instead, he pushes on through to his death. ADRF now with a 1-on-4. It's looking all too impossible now. He'd need to pull off a miracle round, unfortunately, but that's a round for Super Valiant. They fight back. That A site looking fairly weak, and now the crowd's starting to really get fired up. A little bit too late, though. I feel like the 3-round lead for Black Dragons has really come too easily. The crowd just letting them have it. And now finally, Black Dragons will retaliate. They'll put players towards long. And just as they fall back, Goken just leaves Penkata for dead. And that's a 1-on-1 trade that will favor Super Valiant in the end. Double Q going down. The rest of Black Dragons will rally around this A site. It won't be a fast attack, as we know. Super Valiant, they never do anything foolhardy. Still have N9 deep on the flank. Now he'll be coming up through A long again as the C4 will group up. No one ever pushing into these fakes by Black Dragons. 2-2, a split for the defense. And Super Valiant about to test that weakness of Black Dragons once again.
Emzen looking for the opening pick here on the execution from a long. Goken looking to try and challenge it here, but Vienna in the key position on this one, has to try and take down a mountain of players, but he catches them with their grenades out, unfortunately. Only able to get one in the process, but it doesn't matter. Goken there to respond, gets the trade onto Emzen, and it's going to force SV back here. The bomb now stuck outside of A long.
Well, Yazi will collect it. Instead, actually, no, it's just left where it is. Instead, he will collect the sniper rifle. He wants that duel against Goken, but he will not get it. Goken's gone passive. Instead, Black Dragons' 2-man attack will clear out short, hopefully finding Formy. And unfortunately, no heroics from Formy. So almost drawing this round to a conclusion. 30 seconds left on the clock. Yazi still with the Orm. Will go hunting for any Black Dragons players he can find, but Black Dragons so far have been playing this perfectly. ADRF looks to just clean him up here, and that's another round on the board for Black Dragons. And a very quiet crowd here in Shanghai, China. It's a 4-2 lead. And now we're going to need to see the pace get changed up here by Super Valiant. They can't just keep waiting for Black Dragons. They're going to have to go to them, and another A hit. So sensing a weakness on this site. A 3-2 split will come out, but a 3-man stack is there for Black Dragons.
Goken gets the first. Penkata sneaks through the smoke, finds another. ADRF takes down Formy. ADRF finally gets traded. WQ finds one, but Penkata still here, does the damage, gets the triple kill, and Black Dragons continue to steamroll their way forward towards success. And this is where things start to get a little bit scary if you're an SV fan here. Only 2 rounds on the more favorable side. Has to be a bit of a grim fate.
Yeah, I mean, look, to be honest, they've won that first round of the game on B. They won 1 round on A, which was pretty easy for them. And then they haven't been able to find anything since. They've just been seemingly shut down. So it's looking very, very scary for Super Valiant, who usually have all of the answers. And they're going to group up here on short and go for that attack again that was successful, with M9 ready to take the bait, crossing across fast. Emzen, though, will be looking to capitalize on the room that N9 will make for him and hopefully take down Goken. Instead, Goken's in a different position this time, and it could leave Penkata quite exposed. The timing of that smoke grenade could not be better.
ADRF as well, playing this cheeky position, just looking into the ground, not to be seen on the cross and pop up later than they may expect. Gokin gets the entry. ADRF just has to play cleanup here, finds one. That's not going to be enough, though. Gets taken down by Yazi and Formy, who finally come online here in this matchup, both picking up some key frags here on the attack, but Notson already in the window here, waiting to peek out. Yazi and Formy, though, will back up as the bomb gets planted. Vienna sneaks his way under the catwalk. Yazi finds one. It's all on Notson left in the 1v3 here. Things finally starting to turn around for SV as they take it to the 3v1.
And in this penultimate round of the first half, Notson will equal things up. 13 seconds left. You almost think it's impossible for him to get the 2 kills and defuse unless Super Valiant were to make a rookie mistake, but they are not rookies. And that'll be the round, double Q, and the crowd also not really cheering yet, knowing that it's not over yet. But one more round left in this half, and Black Dragons so far will win the half. Let's see if they can do a little bit more than that. They're ready to poise and strike on this B site, ready for that Super Valiant default setup. They're running at them, guns blazing, but Super Valiant have opted to fall back. And now it's more of a question of, can Black Dragons get out of here alive? ADRF going for that sneaky positioning, but you'd be a fool to think that Super Valiant won't check that eventually. And they're going to full rotate along to long. As you can see, Double Q has secured that. Map control for free. Emzen will turn up here now, the sniper for the team. This is where Gokin will get tested once more. Sure what Black Dragons are looking to do with that information that they have over towards the B site. They still have Notson there in close proximity. They have Vienna in middle, also on the Orm. And, well, with a minute 20 on the clock, you can see SV poised to strike. Just waiting for that pick from Emzen.
Vienna has to be cautious here, though. He's actually the initial entry for both mid and A, so if he gets caught out of position, this could be a key moment for SV to strike, but Vienna knows something's up. Emzen, though, knows a bit more himself here, takes down Vienna and finds the opening here onto the A bomb site. Pinkata springs to action, only able to find one. Gokin now isolated on the back of site. He's going to be one and done as well. Notson and ADRF in the 2v3 retake. Notson peeks from the window, but Yazi steps up, picks up 2 big frags here on site. ADRF now left in a 1-on-3. WQ hiding under the window. ADRF, though, does he know? It's not going to matter. Yazi picks up a 3rd, and this is exactly what they needed. All the players coming online now for SV.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're back as the second half gets underway. Now Black Dragons on the attack, but as I say that, Super Valiant's N9 is just storming straight up middle for as much information as he can get. And Super Valiant have complete map control of that B and middle area, while Black Dragons have assumed control of long, but unbeknownst to them, N9 is just sitting, waiting in the corner here. And no doubt he can hear everything that's going on. Super Valiant just waiting carefully to hear what N9's communication will tell them. And, well, it's already looking like a great start for Super Valiant, but they're still 1 round behind. Let's see if Black Dragons clear this out. I feel like this would be something that you would know N9 does. Oh, they've gone straight past it, and the crowd hasn't given anything away. N9 activates and takes down 2 to be traded out by Vienna. But then Yazi on short with double Q combined to clear out middle, leaving just the 2 players left on the flanks for Black Dragon. Floor players remain for Super Valiant, and this early piece of the round definitely going the way of the Chinese. It's going to take a lot for Black Dragons to equalize here. Notson looking for anything he can find, preferably a 1-on-1, and preferably with someone not paying attention. Instead, it's double Q with a great position, and Notson will get him down without losing too much HP. as Yazi will quickly come to trade, but Notson has gotten out of dodge. 55 seconds on the clock should be enough for anything to happen here for Black Dragons. It'll be up to Super Valiant not to throw this round away, but then the rock that is Emzen is holding the A site superbly with this sniper rifle. Misses the shot as I say that. Notson's in. The C4 has free passage to the A site now. Pancada in tow. And Yahtzee and 4ME have the weight of the Chinese crowd on their shoulders after being 4-on-2 at the start.
Unfortunately for SV, this round has turned completely against them. N9 opened it up just perfectly, and now Yazi and Formi are left on a round they could potentially lose here. Notson picking up the AWM here as well to make things even more difficult on the catwalk. Takes down one Formi. Left alone, can he be the difference maker for his team? It is going to be one for him so far. Pancada, though, hides in the corner. Only 5 seconds. Formi has to push. There's no time to get this defuse. It's going to be all down to the wire, but surely there's just no time to make it happen. Formi, what a round to let slip away. Unfortunately for SV, this will mean the lead continues to extend for Black Dragons, but you have to sort of wonder how that one slipped away from them. N9 opened this round up the way he needed to, and they just couldn't hang on.
Well, for me, it's all smiles for Brazil, and a bit of a weakness coming out from Super Valiant, something we're not used to seeing. And as I say, that's the Brazilian squad hitting A-long as fast as they can, getting an equal trade. Viana going down in the process, just potentially just allowing him to just captain the team a little bit easier now that he doesn't have his own screen to worry about. While the Chinese will reel in defense and push on through B site for that information at the box holes. And well, I'll quickly note that it's sounding pretty quiet as the crickets ring out over there at B. Only the one player on the A site, as they have double Q in middle still. And Emzen with the sniper rifle has been given the arduous task of holding the A site, as he'll fall off, actually, and it looks like Super Valiant are opting to play a retake despite having complete map control. And the bomb site will go for free as Yazi spots the cross now, so that's that taken for granted. And actually ADRF pushing down middle in a bit of a stroke of a madman will get taken down by Emzen. And a 3-on-3 here. Retake doable for both teams. Notson assumes the position under the window. And fairly decent positioning for Bad Dragons. Let's see how Super Valiant handle this.
Pancada goes down immediately. SV now have the opening they need, but Notson is still alive and causing havoc. Gokin comes in, gets one, but Notson secures the double kill and the round here for Black Dragons as they continue to find their way round after round to stay on top in this matchup. Now just 3 away from taking map number 1.
Yeah, and the crowd is ever so silent, as I keep saying. It's just it's a foreign thing to be in China, have a Chinese team on stage and not be able to hear the crowd. Yazi will hopefully give them something to cheer about as Super Valiant push through and get the advantage in this round, leaving only 2 for Black Dragons. Viana, the man that can, he's done it before, but instead it's the relentless aggression from the defensive side that is Super Valiant. And again, like I say, the crowd now finally chiming in, but they need to be a lot louder if they want to help their team in any way, as Black Dragons now will take on this next round after just losing that one ever so slightly, despite Super Valiant being commanding and taking control of it. It wasn't a whitewash by any means. Black Dragons are still in this. They obviously have the lead, the round advantage, but I wouldn't be too phased about losing one round to a trick play coming out from Super Valiant. 3 players stacked on the B site now. Black Dragons are here, ready, waiting for any aggression this time.
SV playing this one very carefully. They've got WQ here spotting with the flashbang in hand, waiting for this B push to come through. ADRF leading the charge here. Black Dragons taking control of the box room. Now it's all about the execution here. 3 players on site for SV. They've got to try and hang on, but it is going to be ADRF trying to force his way out here. They have no idea that Yazi is still here supporting Formi behind this box. They're going to have to check it, though. Formi finds one. No, actually, he misses the shots. It's going to be ADRF and Notson clean this one up almost perfectly here. There's no response coming in from SV. WQ just backs off and lets them have it as he goes down. It's going to be N9 trying to get something out of this one, but he's already down to half HP as well. Emzen and N9 looking for the cleanup opportunity, but it's not going to be there. Emzen now left in a 1v4, and the bomb will be planted.
Wow. That's all I can say, Kyle. After those two entries coming in, even you were surprised that they were able to get in so flawlessly, and the Brazilians are making this happen. They are taking this game in their stride. Only a few more rounds remaining. Not even breaking a sweat at this point against a team such as Super Valiant. It's just so amazing to see how far Black Dragons has come in the year where they used to struggle against SV. They beat them, they changed their lineup, and now they're back beating them easily. And the Chinese team reeling now. They need to play catch-up here. N9 falling uncharacteristically without getting a kill. 4 players remaining early on in the piece on the defensive side for SV. They're going to have to collapse onto Black Dragons and use their numbers. Try and find them, you know, around the map on their own. And instead, Yaz, he spots him out, but he's out of there. And that's going to be SV just falling back again. They could have capitalized a little bit there, but instead Black Dragons held strong as they have done so far.
Black Dragons going to be working their way in towards B once again. Formy stuck in the back corner, goes down. It's all going to be on Emzen and WQ on this rotation. They both find frags. WQ gets the double on the lurk as well, and somehow SV may have just taken this one away. Vienna now left in the 1v3, looking for some sort of opportunity to get this round in his hands, but with that bomb down on the catwalk, this is going to be an exceedingly difficult task.
Well, Vienna has done some crazy things so far, even just this tournament. I wouldn't rule it out. He's got 100 health, a minute left on the clock. He needs to pick up that C4, but Super Valiant have not got anyone holding it. 3 players remain spread out across the map. He might get caught out here by Yazi, who's on a slither of health, and so Vienna can easily just turn and trade that. But Emzen, missing a shot in the back. WQ, Vienna takes him down as well. Can he get Emzen with the sniper rifle? He's got enough HP. It won't come into it now. And Emzen, he'll be reeling after missing those couples of shots. He knows he needs to get that C4. Emzen will opt for the pistol. Vienna faking the pickup on the bomb. Oh, but Emzen too smart and too sharp with that pistol. Look at him, not even breaking a sweat. He knows what's up. And I think that's just, if I'm Super Valiant, I just got very, very lucky considering another lead was nearly completely blown.
And N9 potentially trying to challenge this over towards A-Long, but he quickly falls back off the nade, but Vienna doesn't want to slow this one down. He's already pushing, and they have no idea. Vienna grabs one, N9 stuck under the catwalk, has to try and fight his way out of this one, otherwise it's another frag, but Vienna gets it anyways. Emzen and Formy left alone now to try and make this one happen, but it's Formy already taken down by Pankata. The bomb goes down, Emzen left in the 1-on-3, looking very, very scary for him here.
Yeah, well, if anyone can do it, it is Emzen. He is playing lights out compared to the rest of the SV team. And Vienna, what a great play there, just to storm up through A-Long. Catch Super Valiant seemingly napping. Emzen spots out the arm, misses. Vienna does not repeat, instead relying on Knudsen. And that will be Black Dragons on map point.
3 chances to close this one out here for BD on map number 1, a map that looked like it could favor SV at the beginning. They had a huge opening round, got the crowd on their side, got the early momentum, and then suddenly Black Dragons, they turned up the heat, and it started to slip away now from SV.
Oof. I mean, SV just look completely out of it at the moment, Kyle. On paper, they're just not even performing anywhere to the level of Black Dragons. The individualism really starting to shine through. Super Valiant can't even get anything going on a team basis. It literally revolves entirely their game plan around Emzen, whereas, like we've discussed in the past, they had N9 who they could activate. They've had WQ, and now Yazi and Formy have come in, and they're not really doing a whole lot.
Black Dragons looking to execute here in mid, but WQ starts the shutdown process, finds one of his own, takes down Vienna, N9 peeks out on Cat, finds another. Just like that, Black Dragons seems to be falling apart in this round. It's only Goken left in mid, and N9, he's hungry for this frag, pushes to hunt it down, but he's punished for trying to go through that smoke there. N9 taken down by Goken. It's going to be a 4-on-3.
Indeed, as he'll fall back and collect the bomb. Pancada having complete long control. Will opt to give that up. 3 players from Super Valiant will work together as a death squad to try and clear out long. And that's a good call. This way, they know that that's not where Black Dragons are, and instead, Yazi will fall out of the B site, leaving it completely open to Black Dragons. And should they get the bomb down, that'll be a 4-on-3 retake for SV. But Pancada, he's going to even things up. Takes down Yazi, who's gone a little too far. Maybe trying to get some information. I'm not sure what the communication is there for SV. But now, it's looking very difficult for Super Valiant. Emzen again, we're going to look to him to go nuts, to give them an opportunity back into this round and keep the map alive for Super Valiant. The bomb will go down. And we have this Black Dragons defense outside B. Does Double Q inform me? No, that's the question. Goken with a great shot on the Double Q. He can't get away with his life, but that's a one-on-one trade that will favor Black Dragons. This could be it. Pancada sees him. And that's it. That's the last player for SV. Notson and Pancada working together here, just baiting For Me into the open before they take their shots. For Me, the clutch master, can do it though. Notson now, he's given away his position to try and distract For Me. For Me goes for the fake defuse. Notson hears him back. Now it's a case of ring around the rosy with 8 seconds left. He's got it! Oh, by the skin of his teeth, For Me has the defuse. And that will definitely, that will definitely get the crowd going, as you can hear. That is a throw by Black Dragons. Notson should not have even been close to the doors. And Pancada, that inexperience, maybe catching Black Dragons and giving SV that lifeline.
Fortunate mistakes coming out from Black Dragons, but For Me finally showing us that he may indeed be the difference that SV needed here in order to make it to the grand finals this time around. It's not over just yet though. 2 rounds to try and take this one into overtime on map number 1. Otherwise, it will still be Black Dragons walking away with the first map victory here in this best of 3 series. Vienna looking for the information over towards A long. Meanwhile, the rest of Black Dragons working their way very quickly for control outside of B. For Me just jump spotting with a nade here, but he's the only player directly on this B hold this time around.
Oh, Black Dragons heavily based outside the B side at the moment. I wonder if they'll just flash to take control of box halls, or if they do intend to continue on into that B side. As you said, it's just For Me and Double Q. And, well, here he is, the attack as it comes through. And again, ADRF will take down the 2 without answer, holding that B site. Pancada as well spots Emzen. Emzen goes down with a great headshot through the box. It's a 5-on-1 for N9. I don't think it's doable. Black Dragons look to secure the first map in this best of 3. And, well, they are looking dominant.
Hello and welcome back to the desk here at CFS 2019 Grand Finals. We are on semi-final number 2, a rematch of our semi-final from 2018 where Black Dragons took down Super Valiant Gaming 2-1. And to be honest, Ian, serious potential for this exact occurrence to happen once again.
Yeah, well, I'm looking at that game just gone. I'm thinking about it. I'm seeing the highlights, and the difference being that when Black Dragons win a round, it's easy. And it looks like they're just going to continue to win the war of attrition here. When the grit rounds come through, sure, maybe they throw a couple, but at the end of the day, they're winning the majority of them. Super Valiant, they're coming through with a couple of trick plays here and there, getting a few rounds on the board. Emsen, the whole reason, really, that they even have any rounds on their attack. And I just think, you know, you look at that and you look at we're heading into the next map. You know, that was their best chance as far as what Kyle's saying. So it's really not looking good. And the crowd, honestly, I think they can feel it.
Yeah, look, for me, Kyle, the crowd's certainly a little bit out of it at the moment. The result, 10-7, probably not what they wanted to see. It could have very easily been a 10-6, and if you consider that 2v1 that was lost earlier on in the round. What are the main concerns here for Super Valiant for you?
I think for me, the biggest concern in that match was actually WQ's lack of presence. When you look at their successes in the past years that they were able to win, WQ and N9 were leading the charge time after time. N9 and Emsen put in a lot of work this game, but WQ, he really wasn't seen much.
Yeah, that's it, right? You need your star players to turn up, Ian. Right now, it feels like the stars from Black Dragons are here, and you know, and really showing a presence on the field. But right now, for SV, it's the audience. They're the biggest player here right now for Super Valiant Gaming for me.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, look, like I've said in the other couple of games, you can very easily see the systems and the roles coming through for these teams that are being successful. You can see the lurkers, you can see the support players, you can see the fraggers, the betas, the flashes. Super Valiant, nope. No roles, can't see anything, just looks random. There's no cohesion, there's no one working together. I can see their playbook, that is, you know, we'll get some space by Yazi and N9 going in first with Emsen targeting the snipers, but that's as far as it goes. And it really just, it looks like they're just completely outmatched right now.
I just wonder, Ian, is on the world stage, is Chinese Crossfire stagnating just a little bit? I'm not sure. We'll take a very quick break, and when we come back, map number 2 of our second semi-final of the day.
Are you ready?
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 Are you ready? Are you ready? 经典，G 看到没看到吗？
这个时间差，但是还是反应过来了。一组波折，
最后掉2个。
Me sinto muito feliz, uma tarefa concluída. Vamos partir para a próxima. Rolou um pouco de nervosismo, mas é normal. Então, durante o jogo a gente manteve a calma e saímos com a vitória. Agora a gente vai assistir o jogo da Super Valiant contra a King Zone e vamos estudar os dois times, independente de quem ganhar.
Vamos! 没错，那来看一下这一波的选择非常的果断。
你看这边。
É uma estreia, então tem um pouco de nervosismo também. Todos os times ficaram nervosos, então temos certeza que durante o campeonato os dois times ainda vão melhorar. Vamos assistir jogos do próximo time que vencer e vamos tentar focar ao máximo para conseguir a classificação para as quartas de final.
G 我们再看这一波，再举一个小道想抢点名门。哇，绿豆今天在这个点真的是神挡杀神，佛挡杀佛。一颗闪光 A 大的所有人都被闪，跳起来再举一个。
心情肯定是非常愉悦的嘛，毕竟这是世界总决赛的第一场比赛嘛。我们肯定大家都想去赢得这场比赛，建立我们在世界总决赛上的信心。我们每个人都在自己的战术位置上都发挥出自己应有的这个水平嘛，尤其是绿豆，他也超常发挥嘛。这整场比赛他在我心中 MVP， 因为我们这张图首先是防守占优势嘛，然后我们上来又是选择了保卫，我们在就是个人能力的防守上就是发挥的非常好，所以说就是在我觉得可能制胜的关键在于个人能力和枪法上面。
抽到3个背身，并且第4个人也在吃白的状态下第2个。
我觉得第一场赢得还算轻松，大家贯彻了一个就是我们赛前讲的一个理念，就是对待比赛要严谨，在比赛中打比赛，就是每一个细节要严谨，但是整体人不要太紧，就是要放松一些。我觉得每个点发挥都还不错，因为毕竟是第一场，大家需要适应一下。一个是服务器的这个适应，还有就是在线下比赛的适应，因为我们也好就是1个月没打过线下了，我觉得也是需要去适应线下比赛这种呐喊的这个氛围，还有这个紧张的氛围。第一场小组赛总体来说适应的还不错。
Welcome back to the desk here at CFS 2019 semi-final number 2. It's Black Dragons up against Super Valiant Gaming. As you can hear from the crowd here in Shanghai, they are doing everything that they can to get one Chinese team through to tomorrow's grand final. SVG, they're the last team left in, and it ain't looking good.
It definitely does not look pretty for them. They were convincingly dispatched of on Black Widow.
Yeah.
And that's a map that, to be honest, they did look a little bit weak against Golden 5 earlier on in the quarterfinals. So maybe on Ankara they can come through blazing. But then again, I look at Vincent Gaming versus Super Valiant, 10-5 loss.
Yeah.
Not looking good at all.
This is my question for you, Kyle, because I kind of have an idea where you sit on this. Last year, the same semi-final, these two teams playing for one shot, the last Chinese hope as well, to make it through to the finals. Subbase, it started off, went into overtime. What an epic game. Map number 2, we went to Ankara, and SV was all over Black Dragons. It came out like a 10-6 or something, and it was a very one-sided affair. This time around, you very much feel that after what Ian just mentioned and what you saw up against Vincent, that maybe that's not going to be the case here.
Yeah, I think the defensive side of Ankara has proven to be very, very challenging for SV throughout this tournament so far, and really in their past history since CFS 2018, they've had a lot of struggles on it. And just as a team, I don't think the two new players as well incorporated into what they need to actually succeed on this map and come out on top here. On top of that, you've got the momentum now of Black Dragons, seeing and envisioning that grand final against another Brazilian team. I just don't think they can be slowed down at this point.
They very much want to be there, Ian. They want to be the back-to-back champions, and just one map away. This could be it. Imagine Black Dragons, Vincent Gaming, two teams from Brazil at the CFS grand final. I
can imagine it. I mean, they can smell blood in the water, these guys, and they know Baisha Gaming. These guys can actually get it done. So I think Black Dragons, they're looking very strong. I'm not seeing any weakness from them, except they can't close out games quickly. So Super Valiant, in my mind, they just need to keep this game close. And when it gets down to the crunch, that's when they might be able to pick up an easy couple of rounds against Black Dragons, who are trying to get off match point.
They want to get out of there. They've got a couple of younger players who, you know, you've got to bring them through. They haven't won before as this 5. So what does that look like in those scenarios? We saw them struggle a little bit to close out Black Widow, but 10-7, certainly a score not to be scoffed at. Quite impressive up against a team like Super Valiant. We move to Ankara, our second map in this best of 3. Can SV bring this back? Are we going to go to sub-base? If it goes all the way, look, I hope it does, but I still feel like even if we see sub-base, maybe Black Dragons are going to come out on top there. Do you see any way, Kyle, where this isn't a 2-0 right now?
I think they really need to have some sort of changes to the way they defend this map. We saw against Vincent Gaming, they put up 0 rounds in their defensive half. And clearly at this point, that's going to be unacceptable. They need to come out with some new additions to their strat book here. Otherwise, it's going to be a very difficult match to have any chance of. So I think for them, they need that. Not only that, they also need Emzen to continue to be a force with that sniper. And of course, they need WQ to step up to the plate here.
Well, here we go. Black Dragons up against Super Valiant Gaming. The last hope for Chinese Crossfire fans try to keep this best of 3 going here on Ankara.
Well, Kyle, looks like the 6th man has arrived for Super Valiant. Let's see if it is enough. They might just need every little bit of help that they can get. As Black Dragons, you can see, starting off on that defensive side. And Super Valiant not messing around, getting straight down towards middle to get that map control. The aggressive side coming out from Black Dragons on the A side as well. Maybe able to get some information there from that side corridor. And the B retake potentially on the cards for Black Dragons. We do have Viano in that crucial middle position. And now we see SV head back towards A. A bit of utility already has been wasted there. We do have Goken in that side hall. And Emzen would be just waiting to peek him if he can. But I don't think Goken will be able to do a whole lot against 2 SV players who will no doubt come collectively to clear this out. The timing is not in his favor right now at all.
Dabaku starts it off with the entry here. Pankata just has to give it up and play for retake at this point. 4v5 for the retake now. Black Dragons having a bit of a shaky start on this one, but still it's not over for them just yet. Emzen, though, going to be caught on the flank. ADRF just comes out of nowhere, swings around the corner, and takes him down. Dabaku looking to come in and potentially trade this one out, but he has to be careful as well. ADRF gets another, and this is not what SV can be affording to do here, giving up these frags one by one, and now it's Yazi all alone as well. He's caught. ADRF, that's 3 kills already for him on the retake. Penkata finds another on the flank. It's Formy all alone in a 3v1, and it's just not going to happen. Notson shuts him down, and Black Dragons, even though they have everything against them at the start of this round, they still win it.
I am so confused, Carl, and if I'm sitting in the crowd, I am also very confused as to what just happened to my team. They've all just been smashed in these silly one-on-one duels outside of the bomb site in post-plant positions. ADRF, you have hats off to the guy. He wears one while he plays, but he's done tremendously well there to secure that first round for Black Dragons after coming through as a deficit with Goken going down so easily. This time, though, well, SV go for more of the same, but without any hesitation. N9, double Q coming through that side hall already.
Notson gets the opener, though. Dabaku trades it out, but it's still going to be Penkata trying to hold on, but Yazi will secure that one as well. Now a 4-on-3 this time around, but we'll see if SV can play this one a bit more patiently and not give up those 1v1s on the post plant here. Now it's going to be ADRF and Goken looking to claw their way back here through the global risk spawn. ADRF just doing tons of sprays through the smoke, trying to connect, but it's not going to matter. Dabaku takes him down, but Goken able to trade that frag out. Meanwhile, though, on the flank, it's going to be Emzen who finds one. Vienna takes down Formy and has to force his way in now. Yazi going to be caught, but it doesn't matter. He gets the frag there. Nice headshot, and SV get one on the board to tie it up.
Crowd here finally having something to smile about, cheer about, and SV will start off again heading towards that A side on Ankara, as now we have Notson and Pankata there. That's a lot of pressure on Pankata, and the retake coming out from B on Black Dragon side, as you can see they've heavily pushed up there with Vienna, taking that map control. Very, very important for Black Dragons to not overextend, and at the same time, if Formy was able to find Vienna there, then that could be lights out for a round for Black Dragons. And, well, when you're already the favorite, you don't really want to be caught in that compromising position. Notson, though, will attempt to try and make something happen early on in the side hall. Nothing to come of it, though. Gets away with his life and a little bit of information. I would expect Super Valiant usually to hold here and then fall back, but instead they're going to push on through.
Notson, though, starts it off with one, quickly traded out by Dabaku. Penkata has to fall back once again. A very familiar situation, but this time around, will they let ADRF pick off 3 on the retake, or will they keep it together and seal the deal on another round for themselves? ADRF, though, already finds one on to Emzen. Things starting to look a little bit shaky here for SV. Now they have to anchor down and hold on. ADRF, an incredible job from him, though, on these retakes of checking every angle before he goes in.
25 on the clock, 3 SV members poised around the C4 waiting for Black Dragons players to come on through. They're pre-firing every single corner, but these weird positions from Super Valiant catching them off guard. Formy, Yazi chiming in together, leaving it up to Vienna now. 11 seconds has come down to this in a one-on-one. Yazi will fall, and Vienna, he's done the impossible. They've made the retake and the defuse will come through, and Black Dragons will secure their second round, but it was a nail-biter.
You can see it there in Vienna's reaction around. They surely shouldn't be able to win there, but still he finds them away and keeps them out in front, not only in this map, but in this series as well. Brilliant work from Vienna on that round, and now it's going to be up to SV to find the response here. They've gone for the A execution. All 3 rounds so far haven't had any attempts at the B bomb side. This may be their chance to shift things up and maybe change their plan of attack, but so far it looks like they're going to be doing the same thing at the start of the round here, sending 3 players over towards A. The big difference, though, the bomb down in mid, and now the shift coming in towards the mid positioning.
The thing is, if you're SV right now, Kyle, you're questioning what's going on because you're getting into that A site almost flawlessly. It's this retake from Black Dragons, which is coming through and disrupting everything. They're just not able to hold off something that should be a lot easier than executing onto the bomb site. Now they're going to question things and second guess themselves, and instead of doing their A execute, which has worked so well in the past, I think they're going to head towards B through middle, and that's where Black Dragons, they're ready. They can smell it in the air. Viana takes one down. That's a very important kill for me. The player who's been playing extremely well for SV so far will fall early in the piece. The C4 will be recovered, and they'll head towards A. A man down nonetheless. So this will be very, you would think, easy for Black Dragons to defend. But SV, they're not easy beats. Let's see what they have in store. They will quickly regroup over here. 52 seconds on the clock. Yazi to come through the main choke point with double Q and N9 through the side hall. Notson in a good position to deal with Yazi. 40 seconds though. And the rotate not yet coming out from Black Dragons. Emsen will try and make things happen over towards the B site. Is it enough? It has pulled someone away from the A site. Pancada's gone on the rotate. This is leaving Notson very vulnerable right now. 25 seconds. He needs to go lights out.
Notson, though, picks up a big double kill. Pancada rotates behind to find another. It's all on Emsen. The 1v4, he gets the first initial kill here onto Pancada, so he can get this bomb planted, but still, it's a tall order here with 3 more players already rotating their way very quickly in order to respond here. Right now, though, Emsen needs something big. SV on the brink of starting to let this one slip already here on map number 2. He needs something spectacular to bring it back. It's not going to happen, though. Vienna quickly puts a stop to that one, and Black Dragons still feeling confident here.
It's like the commentator's curse. The second you finish the sentence, the kill comes out of nowhere, Kyle. And I think that face on Emsen says it all. This is looking like an impossible task for SV right now. They're just being blown out of the water. Goken Vienna now going on the forward attack with, I think that is ADRF in tow. They'll triple grenade the double doors, which will get SV thinking. That's 3 players towards B, and so they quickly rally towards middle with Yazi to see if anything else is happening from the Black Dragon side, but alas. Now there's 2 players sitting on the A site again, as usual. Black Dragons not yet really being tested, able to keep their usual systems in place. Goken, he's been fairly quiet so far, but give the guy a break. He hasn't really had a chance. There's been no Orm duels for him to take. And now SV will regroup and head towards the area that was triple grenaded at the start of the round. Viana, he'll be the point man, waiting to spot out one of the SV players, and then it'll be up to Black Dragons to retake this B site and to see how effective Goken can be at dealing with Yazi, who will be quickly on the flank. Or in this case, actually, it might be Emsen.
SV, when they go in, though, they have to be aware that ADRF might be in this position. It's going to be Black Dragons baiting it perfectly here. ADRF just has to peek at the key moment, but SV, if they don't check this, it could be their downfall here. ADRF goes unnoticed, peeks for the first, gets the double kill, looks for the triple, finally goes down, but he's dealt quite a bit of damage here onto Yazi. Formi, though, answers back with a double kill of his own and evens things up just a bit here for SV, but Goken, Pancada, and Notson still have some decent control here for the retake.
Well, it's a 3-on-3. The C4 is not yet down, which is only going to work out in the favor of Black Dragons, but Emsen doing more work, and now leaving it up to Goken on the retake with the pistol, and that's 4ME delivering again and again and again for Super Valiant. Potentially the difference maker here in this battle. And a bit of a sloppy round from Black Dragons. That defense was very weak despite Notson's great efforts there on the flank. Let's see if we can see more of this close action between the two, if it's going to be a real slugfest, or if Black Dragons are just going to walk away despite the odd round here or there and win the battle of attrition.
Goken surprisingly lacking a lot of presence so far in this matchup on Ankara. Only 1 frag for him, as he's put a lot of pressure on himself playing these mid positions here and being forced into a lot of retakes. Vienna, though, going to be supporting with the Om in hand as well. They're going to need it here. SV looking to try and cross-pick their way through mid. Vienna, though, misses the shot there. And now there's an opportunity. Goken has to lock this down. Otherwise, it could smell trouble for Black Dragons once again. Emsen throws the pop flash over the top. Goken playing the off angle, though, won't be phased by it just yet. He still has to try and win this engage, though. N9 looking to take the charge here, but still, N9 very silent in this match. 0 frags on the board for him so far in the opening 6 rounds. They're going to try and force their way through. Anyways, Goken has to fall off, cannot find a way to connect here. It's going to be a forced play over towards the B bomb site, but it's actually Natsun who rotates through behind, finds one onto Formy. Emzen takes down Goken. Dabaku finds another Natsun, trades it out, but it's still a 3-on-3. Penkata wants to work in for support, but there's no control over the spawn position, but it doesn't matter. Vienna finds them a way out in this round, but the bomb is quickly rotating all alone in the hands of Emzen towards a completely open A bomb site.
Wow, what an interesting round this has been. N9, like he said, he has been uncharacteristically quiet sitting up on this balcony. He will be definitely the difference maker. Should the C4 get planted on the A site, Emzen, with all of the work to do here, he needs to pull as many of Black Dragon's players away as possible. N9 doesn't mess around, though. He'll take the first thing that he sees. Now, that bomb could have been planted for N9 up on that balcony, but instead Pancada will equalize there and leaving it all up to Emzen, the man who's been the absolute star for SV so far, and he's going for the ring around the rosy play. He's going to force Black Dragons to jump on that defuse without seeing him. He's quickly on the flank, almost spotting 2 players lined up, and this is going to be very difficult for Black Dragons to deal with. One goes down, Pancada. 12 seconds left. Can Viana do it again? The defuse comes out. He's faked it. He's gone for the kill, and it's not there. The kill isn't there. 5 seconds on the clock. It's not going to be enough. He's missed the defuse. He's going to be very upset with that.
He's got to be a bit disappointed. He double tapped it there on the diffuser too. He might have had it on the first click there, and that's just an unfortunate round. But a great read from Emzen there to rotate early, get them in position, and N9 getting at least that 1 kill from the tower position before he fell. Yep. He stalled perfectly for Emzen, and now there's a chance for SV to work their way back into this half, tying things up as they continue to find their way in this one. N9 finally on the board. Goken, though, still continuing to have a lot of struggles here in his positioning. They're going to try and change things up in this round, though. Black Dragons putting a lot of pressure now over towards this A bomb site. We'll see if it pays off.
Time wearing down a little bit more as SV will regroup, coming through the spawn. C4 on one of the players, so you can see it will finally end up on the A site by the looks of things as the C4 gets dropped. A lot of noise outside the A site. Makes me think that it's either a double fake or maybe a bit of a rope-a-dope, but like you said, Goken's having a real tough time getting into this match. And here comes the execute. It's a 3-man stack on the A side. My cards lean towards Black Dragons, but the trades come out, and it is a 3-on-2 in favor of Super Valiant. Goken's in this position to deny the plant, but they know full well and will smoke it up. The retake coming in from Viana and Goken. Viana also on the Orm now. And to be honest, Viana's doing a much better job of it.
Has been for sure, but we'll see if he can keep it up. Goken and Viana now work their way through the smokes here to try and find a way into this defuse. Dabaku spots one, and it's going to be Emzen on the flank who gets the other, and that's exactly what SV needed. They started down 3-1 on this map and now find the lead 4-3, and now there's a chance to take this half away just yet.
Yep, and the Chinese are loving it. Finally, SV are in the lead. This is something that hasn't occurred so far. There's been no glimmers of hope at all for the Chinese today, as all gamers have fallen earlier on in their best of 3, and will meet the loser of this game in the 3rd or 4th place decider later on today. Black Dragons with a 1-map lead. Super Valiant trying to claw their way back into this series. 2 players on the A site, 3 last round wasn't enough. So should Super Valiant strike, it will require some sort of heroics from Black Dragons, but if there's anything that they have been delivering so far, individually, there have been a lot of heroic moments, and you can actually attest a lot of their rounds so far on this defense to those moments.
Nice counter flash comes through, but it's going to be Penkata who goes down first, and it's all on Natsun to recover here, finds the first, but it's going to be a little bit too slow for him to respond there. 3-on-4 situation now. Black Dragons Going to be thrown into retake mode, but look at Emzen in this position. So patient, takes down ADRF, and that is exactly what they need to hold on to this round now. Vienna and Goken in the 2v4 retake, they have to force their way in, but Emzen is potentially going to run into another here, spots Vienna, and now he's just going to call for the support of his teammates, playing this patiently as he needs to. Once again, he takes down Vienna. It's all on Goken here, the 1v4, surely not, but we'll see if he can make it happen.
I don't think so, Kyle. 20 seconds left on the clock. Double Q comes around on the flank. And finally, Emzen leading the pack from the front. He's going to be rallying the troops here for SV. And it's looking very difficult for Black Dragons right now. They need something. They need a good round or two just to get back into this. SV have won the attacking half. Black Dragons, this is their chance to get things as close as possible heading into their attack. Now, we know their attack can be pretty fierce. But the way they're playing right now, it doesn't look like they're going to have a great time with SV finally, like I said, getting some wind in their sails. The momentum definitely favoring them right now. 3-man stack on the A side. SV do their usual bit of play. To me, this looks pretty obvious to be a fake, at least for this moment. They'll spend a minute heading back towards B and then potentially come back towards A later. Bomb down in the middle of the map. So that gives away the fact that SV have no intentions of taking a site. Goken, like we said, fairly quiet. Vienna now also on the scope. He's been very impactful so far this game. SV, though, they've shown grit and they've found a way to adapt to what Black Dragons have been doing on their defense. This 4-man stack looking to clear out any aggression from Black Dragons. Previously, we have seen players like Vienna here, and Notson. And Emzen on the other side of the map, Kyle.
A tough one, too, putting the pressure of the round onto Goken, who hasn't really come to life yet on this map. It's going to put them in a bit of a tough situation if he can't find an entry here on the B-bomb site. But SV, they're sending Emzen once again on the lurk here as well. He's going to be in mid by himself to try and potentially catch Vienna off guard here. But it's still all on Goken to stall this initial push here. It's going to be Formy on the cross. Goken has no idea they're already taking site. Goken's got too much attention here on the A-bomb site. Vienna will take the top control here, trying to spot these players as they cross through. It's going to be SV who makes the smart move here, only sending Dabaqu with the bomb to plant while the rest of them set up for the post.
It's a 5-on-5. The bomb is down. It's a full retake here coming from Black Dragons. Notson so far away right now. The time is running out for Black Dragons to win this last round. ADRF has to go in and make something happen. The flashes, the smokes, everything will be coming out from Black Dragons. Things are about to get very messy as Notson opens up on double Q. N9 replies, ADRF gets onto the bomb with Pancada. They're going to cover the defuse. They just need a couple more seconds before it comes out. Emzen jumps up, but it's too late. And Pancada will secure the last round heading into the break. And as you see in the break, the contrast between the two in-game leaders, they're both very happy, but that's only at the end of the round. Vienna did really fire up there towards the start of that first half to get Black Dragons even back into this game. And now let's just see this Black Dragons attack. Let's see if it still has the same magic as before or if it will land flat. Super Valiant, they know what to expect up against these Brazilian sides on their attack. The side hall completely open. N9 now assumes the position. Vienna already clearing it out once. Might get caught off guard the second time. They've completely a stack coming out from SV. You got Yazi behind the box, double Q on the main entrance. And Black Dragons not messing around. Again, not a team notorious for faking. N9 will hold that off easily, but Black Dragons get the better of it. It's a 3-on-2, and the retake, well, it's seemingly already here with Emsen on the rotate. But Emsen and Forami getting locked out of the site. Bomb not down yet, but Emsen's going to wander through the smoke and see what he can find.
It's all about timing now for Black Dragons. They have to be careful that Emsen is unable to sneak through here. They just need to keep him isolated in this position. For me, though, just laying down a lot of suppressive fire here to try and help the sneak play, but it's not going to matter. They're unable to do it. So much utility damage going down onto Emsen here that he has to fall back, and just like that, Black Dragons have exactly what they need in the makings of a good round here. They just need to hold on with 28 seconds on the clock. SV knows they have to try and sneak their way in here, but it's not looking too likely here. Pankata cleans up both remaining kills, and it's Black Dragons to tie it at 5.
Well, again, Black Dragons just show their dominance on the attack on this map. Taking out that A site, despite being heavily stacked by Super Valiant players, and that rotate was very quick from Formi and Emsen, and they were completely locked out for some time. Like you said, Kyle, the utility damage really making the difference there. Emsen had to back off. He was the danger man. He could have gone as soon as that bomb started being planted. That's a 2-on-2 as far as he's concerned. But alas, Black Dragons, they equal things up. Not out of it yet. They're the ones really showing the grit to stay in this match, to get it towards the final hurdle quicker. They want this done and dusted. ADRF on the hunt, going through middle. We'll walk into Yazi. And of course, ADRF gets the better of him. Goken as well. And N9, the only man, the only sign of resistance for Super Valiant. And that's all the way over on the A site on the flank. Black Dragons, everywhere they go, they're just taking names. And Super Valiant now on the back foot. They're going to have to regroup, but instead they're very far apart. And N9 seemingly not wanting to mess around, coming straight for the flank here on the B site, but Double Q a little slow to the queue as N9 evens up the score just ever so slightly, taking down Notson on the flank now. Black Dragons, this is what I'm talking about. You got this huge lead. You don't want to blow it off in this round.
Now it's going to be Pankata and Goken looking to hold on to this one. Dabaku grouping up with N9 for the retake. It's all about how they can execute on this cross position here. N9 peeks wide, finds one, the 2v4. Now a 2v1 in favor of SV, but the time is ticking. Goken finds one, and he's going to find both here. A huge 1v2 for the newcomer on this team, and a great time for him to step up.
Yeah, that was literally a case of Pankata and Goken here to show that they can be world champions as well. And they win that 2-on-2 despite Pankata falling early to the pre-fire using all his ammo. Black Dragons now on the attack, very forward and taking down Super Valiant, but some resistance as the middle flank really decimating that spearhead by Black Dragons, leaving Vienna and Goken, the two sniper players, the double sniper on Ankara today. And they're going to be scratching their heads. Bomb down still in their favor, so that's okay. But can they do what SV couldn't and win this 2-on-4, at least get it to look close, because right now they've been shut out of the round with a minute 40 left on the clock.
The big positive here, though, being A is actually completely exposed for them to work their way over towards. Now, if they can fight their way over very quickly, they may just have a chance to set up on an open bomb site here. And with two snipers in hand, they can actually get some pretty decent post-plant setups going here and make this quite the challenge for SV to retake. But they need to be careful. Emsen definitely keen to something going on here, but they want to commit to the stack. Goken needs to be very cautious himself, potentially to go poke the bear here. With 4 players on the B bomb site, it's a big risk.
Absolutely. Well, you've got to take some risks, don't you, Kyle, when you're 2-on-4. But at the same time, if I'm SV and I'm the 4, I don't need to take any risks. I'm not sure why they are gambling, but it does make sense. If they roll around as this pack, they can cause a lot of damage to one player should they catch them off guard. Goken, though, if he can grab one and fall, unfortunately, I don't think that's going to be possible. He gets one, but instead he does. He can fall. No one there to trade N9. That's a disaster for SV, but it's not over yet. They still have a player advantage. Vienna now in the A site, holding it off against 3 players. The support grenade comes in from Goken fantastically. Vienna catches them off guard. Double Q will equalize. And now a 1-on-1. He knows it's just him and Goken. Goken's trying to wear down time with the pistol, but with 10 seconds left on the clock, that's an easy defuse for Double Q.
Very close round. A great effort in the 2v4 as well, coming out from Black Dragons. But unfortunately, Goken falls short in that one. I thought he had it, but just a little bit of a quick slip on the pistol results in a tie on the board once again. 6-6, still very, very close, but you have to give credit to SV for finally adjusting on this global risk half.
Yeah, absolutely. They figured something out, and they started the round really strong. And it's unfortunate they couldn't finish it as strong, but they still take the win, and a win is a win in anyone's books. 4ME, double Q tag team, Notson and ADRF down, but Pancada will get the trade and the better of it. And well, that's no good for SV with only 2 players now, but Emzen super quick on the rotate, already here. And well, this is now just a battle of a 2v2. It's like, we don't need a map this big. Goken and Vienna again with the work to do. This time Vienna still on the AK. And Emzen and N9, the star duo from previous World Championships, up against Vienna, the veteran captain, and Goken, the new player. They're going to let the C4 go down. And as you've seen in the trailer, it just takes one mistake.
Here we have it, N9 and Emzen run into trouble, but it's completely traded here. N9 able to take down Goken after Emzen falls. Vienna versus N9, though, for the fate of the round. It's going to be a tough one here, but Vienna finds it, and it's going to be Black Dragons back out in front, 7-6, but a severe back and forth here so far on map 2.
Yeah, and look, as far as in-game leaders go, Vienna definitely by far, in my books, is the best. Across the board, he is playing phenomenal. He's clutching. He's psyching up the team. He's getting multiple frags. He's assuming multiple roles. He is just on fire, and he's going to get Black Dragons through this game at this rate. Black Dragons, again, open up onto 4ME. That aggressive B take from him and Emzen not turning out too well. And ADRF, despite losing a lot of HP, that's a big advantage for Black Dragons. They can fall back onto A site now. SV spread out. No real structure to their game, and I mean, that's been the story of this series. They're just going to wherever the kills are, and well, look, that might work out for them in China, but it hasn't worked out for them so far today.
SV now stacking 3 onto the A-bomb site, but Black Dragons, we'll see if that slows them down here. N9 going to be playing on the vent position, WQ just outside. They are actually going to send one to fall back here, but N9, he's already been traded out here. WQ has to try and hold on here. The bomb is down, but Pancada finds one, but Yazi swings in just in time to trade. Goken trying to force his way up here now. Has to be careful. Yazi just stalling for the rotation of Emzen, and it may just work. Emzen finds one, but it's Yazi taking down the 1v1. Goken, can he win? It's not going to happen. Emzen ties us up here once again.
Well, that was such a great play by WQ to clear out that side hold. Goken now, I can see in his face he's starting to really question. He's lost a couple of key 1v1s, and I think he's just thinking, look, why am I running around with a sniper rifle and a pistol? If I had anything else, I would have had a chance. But Emzen, he's a star, and he will finish off those rounds. He's done it before many, many times. So Goken shouldn't be too hard on himself, but he needs to stay in the game. And as I say that, the A-rush comes through. N9 able to pick up 2, looking very promising for Super Valiant, but they only have the 2 players on the A site. The super fast retake comes in. They're not going to allow Black Dragons just assembled into a post-plant position. Emzen on the attack. And this is just going down to the wire with Pancada stepping up, getting 2. And finally, Goken quickly finishes off the 1v1. This could be the confidence boost that he needs. All smiles now, aren't you, mate? As we see Black Dragons just 2 rounds away from victory, and a great attacking half so far.
SV now just looking to hold on, tie it up once again. See if they can make that happen here, but right now everyone on Black Dragons is ready to take this one all the way to a 2-0, but it's not over just yet. It's going to be Emzen already working very quickly to find this opening pick, but look at the SV lineup, all very aggressive and forward on their presence across the map so far, but they've made one crucial mistake. It's only N9 holding the cross onto this A-bomb site. There's a huge opening. Pancada's he goes down, but it's not going to matter. There's 4 players already on the A-bomb site, and N9, he just lets them right past. They have to play full retake here. It's going to be a tough one to go for.
Well, I mean, they got the player advantage until then, and Black Dragons now are in control of this game. We haven't seen a full retake from SV. The Brazilians, we see it night and day every time, but now it's a big ask for SV to stave off match point. They need to do a flawless retake here, 4-on-4. They've got a fair bit of utility to use. The post-plant positioning for Black Dragons seems okay. The roles are reversed here as Super Valiant need to attack.
Emzen does find one, but Vienna is completely exposed here. Has to come up huge, finds the double kill, looks for the triple. He'll get it, that's gonna be it. ADRF finds the last, and just like that, it's match point on the table.
Oh, Vienna just single-handedly silencing the crowd. The desperation in the air. You can cut it with a knife. The Chinese crowd, they definitely want their team to survive, but it's not enough. They need more than just the sixth man in the crowd. As Black Dragons sneak past the double doors, this could catch Formy off guard, and it does. As Emzen was watching that cross. And ADRF, the entry machine, takes down another Super Valiant player. Again, look at this though, Kyle. No structure to Super Valiant. Instantly on the rotate. They're just going to stack this bomb site as heavily as they can and hope that Black Dragons overcommit.
It's going to be a full risk here. Yazi finds the double kill though. And it's going to be Knotson who finally responds to shut it down. But he gets the double himself. Dabakyu goes down, and 9 goes down as well. It's all on Emzen, the captain of his team, to keep the dream alive. Finds the first onto Vienna, but still 2 more players stand in his way. Otherwise, it will be Black Dragons working their way through it. Emzen almost connected on there through the smoke. He's going to go for the tower play here, down to the wire here. The bomb has to be planted. Knotson and Goken, though, set up perfectly for this post-plant positioning, but Emzen, he's looking for any glimpse of hope here to try and hold on for SV to keep this one alive, but it could just be too late.
Well, 30 seconds left on the clock. If anyone can do it, I think it's Emzen. But that's it. That's it. Brazil, all Brazil grand final here as Black Dragons solidify their place tomorrow in the grand final, and it's an all Chinese third place decider after this.